Hello, filmmaker! Welcome back. If you're new, I'm Monica Bryant, and this channel is a living document of my journey as a filmmaker. There is no shortage of YouTube tutorials about After Effects, Premiere, and I love watching these tutorials, but sitting down and following along with one is going to be something else. So I have chosen 3 YouTube tutorials about After Effects to see if I can follow along and make the things happen.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is there something on my face? What?
Hello, filmmaker. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Monica Bryant, and this channel is a living document of my journey as a filmmaker. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that?
Is everything okay?
All right, filmmakers. My goal was to find some tutorials on YouTube that I could follow and teach myself After Effects. I'm terrible with After Effects. I open up the interface and I don't even know what I'm looking at. It might as well be in a different language. So I found these 3 videos that I thought would be really cool to follow. The first one was from Jared Majors. For the Jared Majors video, I had to look up a tutorial to do the tutorial. I didn't know how to put the clip into After Effects to begin with. So I had to look up a video to do that. And then after I did that, I had to look up a video of how to trim the clip, because when I'm in Premiere, I know a lot of shortcuts to do things very quickly, but those same shortcuts don't work for After Effects. In my opinion, is a big drawback. I think the shortcuts should be the same, but whatever. I had to learn different shortcuts and different ways to cut the clip in After Effects. And I'm not saying that Jared had to include that in his video, but it would have helped me because I had unnecessary stuff in my clip that I didn't need, that needed to be cut out. I also had a lot of trouble following along with Jared's tutorial just because, I don't know, I kept like spacing out and he was talking and saying what to do, and then my mind would be just somewhere else, and that's my fault and not his fault. It's not a fault of the tutorial, because when I finally went back and actually followed it, I was able to complete the video. Overall though, I do think it was a good tutorial. I just feel that the color choice that I made wasn't a very good one. I tried to get my iris, but you could see the reflection of my window in my eyes, so it was hard for me to do that. So I just got like around the edge where my pupil is, but then the program read it as dark purple, and so I ended up with a dark purple mask when I probably should have just made it black, but it looks weird and unnatural. But it was my first time doing that, so I'm not going to be too hard on myself.
Today you're going to learn how to make these creepy white demon eyes in Adobe After Effects. This is a relatively simple effect to do. I'm sure there are several different ways to accomplish this, but I've boiled it down to a method I've used in some short horror films I've made, which you can check out on my other channel, Social House Films. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started.
Cineguac.
Second was the Cineguac tutorial, which was a lot easier to follow. It was very concise. I found a quicker way to do the null object, to do motion tracking just by right-clicking and selecting it rather than clicking to all these things. I don't, however, like the texture that I used. In the Cineguac video, they use a mask where it looks like a witch or like an old man or something that has a wrinkly forehead, and they mask that onto Victoria. I used a hand towel, and the texture of the hand towel just didn't really work for me, but it's what it is. Next time I'll just probably Google an image or something and use that instead.
Want to have a staring contest?
Sure, if you want to lose. Ready, go.
Okay, Emily, you win. I'm blinking. Emily, I'm blinking. I'm blinking, Emily, stop.
The last tutorial I tried to follow was one from Film Riot. I wanted to make my face into a monster face. I must say that the Film Riot tutorial was very in-depth. I had to use Photoshop. I am not good at Photoshop, okay? I am not the Photoshop girl. So to have to use Photoshop, and I made that whole distortion of my face in Photoshop, which I'm very proud of myself for, but also I'm not good at it. And there was times in the video where he'd be like, oh, now you're using this tool, and now you'll get this tool and do this, but I didn't even know where to get the tool. And thinking back on it, I could have probably gone to YouTube and just looked up the tutorial of where do I find this specific tool, because he mentions the pucker tool, which I could not find the pucker tool, because he went to like the side and he found it and he's like, oh, you just go to the pucker tool. I didn't have those options, so I didn't know how to get those. I probably could have went on YouTube and found a video that told me how to do that, but by that time I was really tired and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna skip the pucker tool, I'm gonna skip the red eye effect, and I'm just gonna do this. And I think that segment of the video, that specific effect that I tried to do, is one of the weaker ones, because you can see, because there's like a little bit of movement because I'm breathing and moving a little bit in the video, and the tracking is a little bit off. You can see there's like a line around the side of my face and my neck. My hat is moving weird, so I totally messed that one up, and I think maybe if I revisit it in the future I'll be able to do it better. But I was having a really hard time. I did the best that I could. In conclusion, was it easy or difficult? I would say that the level of difficulty to do 3 of them, in retrospect, I probably should have just done 1 at a time, but I was trying to give that content, I was trying to give that juicy content, and I didn't want to have a 1-minute video this week. So, in retrospect though, I will do 1 tutorial. I'll try to do screen capture. I am working on a dinosaur, okay? My computer's from 2012. It doesn't do a whole lot. I'm using After Effects CC from 2018 and Premiere Pro from 2018 because my computer can't handle the 2020 versions. So I'm working with what I got here. So this video is not near the quality that I wanted it to be, but you know what? We do the best we can here at Monica Bryant's Film Journey channel. Did I learn anything? Yes. I learned how to use null objects. I learned how to mask from a still image. I learned how to distort an image in Photoshop. I learned how to make my eyes black, not only in After Effects, but in Premiere Pro, because the thumbnail for this video, I just masked out my eyes and kept taking screenshots. I had to take 4 different screenshots and mask out each little section until my eyes were black. So yes, I did learn a lot. So I do appreciate the free knowledge. Thank you, YouTube and Film Riot and Cineguac and Jared Majors. Am I happy with the results? I would say that I'm maybe like 70% happy. There's another 30% of growth that I could do when it comes to After Effects. I want to get good, okay? I want to get so good at it that I don't have to think about it. I can just be like, oh yeah, I could do that. When I'm watching movies now and I see like the title screens or certain things that they do, I'm already thinking in my mind, like, how can I recreate that effect for one of my videos? This has been another milestone achieved, ladies and gentlemen. I did some After Effects that I have never done before. I'm super pumped because, you know, I'm just learning and growing, and I hope you learn and grow with me. I hope you were inspired by this video or entertained or intrigued, and that you subscribe and stick around because I make new videos every Sunday. But until then, I will see you in the next one. Bye!